And they're off to a very level dispatch. It's Paximilian on the outside from Mr. Big Check, who is in the second. Caviar Island in the middle trailing, and now there goes Mr. Big Check to be neck and neck, nose and nose with Paximilian early on, and Paximilian is repelling the challenge as they make their way onto the backstretch for the first time this afternoon. Another length and a half back to Mr. Big Check, and a length and a half back to Caviar Shetland, the trailer, to make up this trio going down the backstretch. The 2-5 favorite, Paximilian and Tyler Sheehan, will put the opening quarter on the board in 29 2/5 of a second. Mr. Big Check and Lucas Myers are stalking in the second position. Caviar Shetland and Archie Buford will save their best pacing for later as they come mostly single file, exiting the top of the Blue Ridge turn with over one circuit to go, pretty much unchanged in pacing order, as Paximilian will put that half mile on the board, 58 2. Then it's Mr. Big Check in second, and Caviar Shetland is in third. It's been that way throughout since the start of the race, and Paximilian's in front now by 2.5. Mr. Big Check is second, and then another two back to Caviar Shetland, continuing to trail down the backstretch they go, and Paximilian all by himself. One last time out a week ago today here at Shenandoah Downs, and we'll put 3/4 on the board in 1 minute 26 4, and pass the Comfort Inn in front, kicking away now by 4 over Mr. Big Check in the second position. Caviar Shetland in third, now getting some right-handed urging from Archie Buford as they come to the top of the stretch. But Paximilian continues to give him the slip. It's Paximilian who is going to go all the way and make every pull a winning one in the Shenandoah Downs opener. Then came Mr. Big Check and Caviar Shetland in 1:55. They're off. B-Day, Choices Honor, and Junior Sergeant all want the early lead, but it is going to be B-Day and Emmanuel Miller to take them in to the Allegheny turn in front. Up on the far outside now is Choices Honor, and Choices Honor is now going to take the front from B-Day, who is back into the second position. Caviar Cash is in third. Junior Sergeant is back into the fourth position. Sweet Talking Man is the trailer as they make their way down the back stretch and put an opening quarter on the board in 29 seconds flat. Choices Honor and Christian Myers take them into the Blue Ridge turn in front for the first time this race. B-Day is racing in the second position. They are followed by Caviar Cash in third. Junior Sergeant is racing in fourth, and the trailer is Sweet Talking Man. They are mostly single file coming into the stretch, passing the stands of the fans with 1 lap to go. Choices Honor, the one to catch. Coming up on the outside now is B-Day through a half mile in 58 1, and B-Day reclaims the lead from Choices Honor as they make their way into the Allegheny turn for the final time this race. It's been a 2-horse race between Choices Honor and B-Day so far. And now Choices Honor retakes the front as they make their way onto the backstretch for the final time this race. B-Day is in second. Here's Caviar Cash and Fern Paquette Jr. Fern got 4 wins yesterday and is now up into the second position after 3/4 in 1:27 flat. Caviar Cash puts a nose in front as they pass the Comfort Inn from Choices Honor in the second position. Then it's B-Day in third. Junior Sergeant is fourth. Continuing to trail is Sweet Talking Man. Caviar Cash in front, but here comes B-Day. 3 of them across the track. Choices Honor, Caviar Cash, and B-Day as they come into the top of the stretch. All getting some right-handed urging as they come inside the final strides. Caviar Cash and B-Day. Caviar Cash, catching 1:56 1. They're off. Caviar Lyra and KJ Becky away well. Alexandria's Dream is coming up on the outside to take third. Then it's My Girl Mia racing in fourth, and the trailer is Sharon B. So KJ Becky and Fern Paquette Jr. are going to show the way in the early stages over Caviar Lyra in the second position. KJ Becky is the heavy favorite at 1-5. Alexandria's Dream is in third. My Girl Mia races in fourth, and Sharon B. can see them all. KJ Becky will put an opening quarter on the board of 30 3/5 seconds into the Blue Ridge turn. First time this race they go. KJ Becky in front by 3 over Caviar Lyra in the second position. Then 2 back to Alexandria's Dream, 3.5 back to My Girl Mia, and then 4 back to Sharon B. as they come single file, passing the stands and passing the fans with 1 circuit to go. KJ Becky will negotiate that half mile in 1 minute and 4/5 of a second. 30 1/4 for KJ Becky. Caviar Lyra is racing in the second position. Alexandria's Dream is in third, followed by My Girl Mia in fourth. The trailer, Sharon B. They make their way onto the backstretch for the final time this race. KJ Becky has led since the dispatch. Caviar Lyra in the second position. Alexandria's Dream is in third. Then it's My Girl Me in fourth. Sharon B trails pretty much unchanged as they pass 3/4, 1 minute 31 and 1/5 of a second, and they pass the Comfort Inn. KJ Becky in front, but now Tyler Sheehan is giving Caviar Lyra some right-handed urging in the second position, shifting to the outside now. Alexandria's Dream is back into third, then it's My Girl Mia and Sharon B fifth and sixth respectively. They are into the stretch, and KJ Becky beginning to kick away from the competition. Caviar Lyra is coming up with one final lunge. KJ Becky, have a weekend, Fern Paquette Jr. 4 wins yesterday. They're off, and pacing, Caviar Maria and Lucas Myers away first. Caviar Rose and Archie Buford are on the inside in second, and Caviar Acadia is third, so a Caviar trifecta as they make their way around the Allegheny turn, with Caviar Rose getting the upper hand from Caviar Maria in second. Caviar Acadia is in third, Toy's Little Tinker is in fourth, and Prairie Puma is the trailer. They're in numerical and post-position order down the backstretch for the first time this race, and through an opening quarter of 28 1/5 seconds, that was put on the board by Caviar Rose. Caviar Maria is in the second position. Caviar Acadia is third. Toy's Little Tinker, the 2 to 5 favorite, is waiting for the go-ahead from Billy Carter in the fourth position, and Prairie Puma is at the tail of the field. So pretty much unchanged as the field comes into the stretch, passing the stands and the fans with 1 circuit to go. Caviar Rose and Archie Buford show the way. Here's Caviar Acadia up on the outside with Tim Deaton as the half goes in 59 1/31 second quarter to take the second position. Caviar Acadia and Caviar Rose are neck and neck, nose and nose, but Caviar Rose is repelling the challenge from Caviar Acadia in the second position. Caviar Maria steadies back into the third position. Toy's Little Tinker begins to make her move in fourth, and Prairie Puma at the tail of the field. Christian Myers giving her some right-handed urging as they make their way down the backstretch for the final time this race, and Caviar Acadia putting a nose in front as they pass 3/4, 1:28 4. They pass the Comfort Inn, and Caviar Acadia is kicking away from Caviar Rose, who is getting right-handed urging from Archie Buford on the inside. Caviar Maria is in third, then it's Toy's Little Tinker fourth. Prairie Puma is in fifth as they come to the top of the stretch. Caviar Rose has come right on back. Caviar Maria is going to head to the inside, and Caviar Acadia is on the outside. Late charge from Toy's Little Tinker. It's Caviar Rose and Archie Buford to win it. 157 2. They are often pacing. Scrap and Gold and Archie Buford on the inside, but here comes Hey Siri. It's Scrap and Gold to take them into the Allegheny turn, duking it out with Hey Siri early on. In the second position now is going to be Lord Willoughby A. Rather, third is Lord Willoughby A. Caviar Simon takes up residence in fourth. Windermere Frank is in fifth. They are followed in sixth by Tipperary Hill, who had to steady there. Now back into the seventh position. Constant Velocity is in sixth. The trailer is all maxed out. They went through that opening quarter in a solid 28 1/5 seconds. Scrap and Gold is in front from Hey Siri, who is in second. Lord Willoughby A is on the outside in third. Shifting to the outside in fourth now is Caviar Simon as they come past the stands and past the fans with 1 circuit to go. The half mile is on the board in 58 flat. Windermere Frank is racing in the fifth position. Constant Velocity is in sixth. Tipperary Hill is back into the seventh position, and all maxed out is at the tail of the field. Hey Siri had to steady now back into the fourth position. as Scrappin' Gold and Archie Buford continue to show the way. Lord Willoughby A is in second. Here's Caviar Simon up on the far outside, and Caviar Simon is trying to put a nose in front as they pass three quarters. 127 flat, 29 second quarter as they pass the Comfort Inn. There goes Caviar Simon. Caviar Simon has taken the lead from Scrappin' Gold, who is back into the second position. Then it's Lord Willoughby A, Hey Siri, Windermere Frank, Constant Velocity, Tipperary Hill, and all maxed out as they come to the top of the stretch. Scrappin' Gold is on the inside. Constant Velocity is on the far outside. But as they come inside the final strides, here's the finish. Caviar Simon and Christian Myers win it. 156-2. The Rav, High Street Carter, and Billy Carter will go right to the front. Nui Ba Denen is in the second position and now takes the lead under Tyler Sheehan as they make their way into the Allegheny turn for the first time this race. Nate is back into second. High Street Carter had to steady back into the third position, and Tell It Like It's Music is the early trailer as the 1-5 shot Nui Ba Den N takes him through the opening quarter mile of 27 4/5 seconds in front from Nate by a length and a half. Then another 2 back to High Street Carter, 4 or 5 back to Tell It Like It's Music at the tail of the field as they come into the stretch and go single file past the stands and past the fans with 1 lap to go. Wee Baden and the Oak Grove Invader will put that half mile on the board, 56 4/5 seconds, 29-second quarter mile as they head into the Allegheny turn one more time this race. Nui Baden N in front from Nate in the second position. High Street Carter is third. Tell It Like It's Music is in fourth, so pretty much unchanged as they enter the backstretch. Nui Baden N in front now by 4 over Nate in second. High Street Carter getting some right-handed urging from Billy Carter in third. Tell It Like It's Music trails. 3 quarters on the board, 125 4. Another 29-second quarter as they pass the Comfort Inn. Nui Baden N has given him the slip with Tyler Sheehan in the sulky. Up into the second position is Nate, High Street Carter, and Tell It Like It's Music. But as they come to the top of the stretch, it's Nui Baden N giving Tyler Sheehan a driving double on the afternoon. Tight for second between Nate and High Street Carter, then Tell It Like It's Music. There they go. Caviar Stoney away well, but coming up also is Right Here, Right Now and Hillbilly Fairy Tale. Lucas Myers is going to take Hillbilly Fairy Tale right to the front from Caviar Stoney, who is in the second position. Right Here, Right Now is Right Here, Right Now in third. Baltimore Beauty is racing in fourth, and it's Artspire in fifth. A Star Was Born is at the tail of the field. So it's Hillbilly Fairy Tale to put that opening quarter mile on the board in 27 2/5 seconds. Caviar Stoney races in second. Right Here, Right Now is in third. Baltimore Beauty is in fourth. Artspire races in fifth. A Star Was Born can see them all pretty much unchanged as they make their way into the stretch, passing the stands and fans with a lap to go. Hillbilly Fairy Tale and Lucas Myers will put the half on the board, 57 flat. Caviar Stoney is in the second position. Now Fern Paquette is taking Baltimore Beauty to the outside and trying to challenge for the third position from Right Here, Right Now. As they make their way around the Allegheny turn for the final time this race, Artspire back into the fifth position. The trailers of Star Was Born. Look at Baltimore Beauty go. Baltimore Beauty, she is now up into the second position. Lucas Myers is giving Hillbilly Fairy Tale some right-handed urging, trying to repel the challenge from Baltimore Beauty as they pass 3 quarters, 127 flat. 32nd quarter as they pass the Comfort Inn. Baltimore Beauty is within striking range, neck and neck, nose and nose from Hillbilly Fairy Tale. And here's Artspire, now up on the far outside to take third as Baltimore Beauty begins to pull away. Baltimore Beauty begins to pull away, and Hillbilly Fairy Tale is fighting back on the inside as they come to the top of the stretch. It's Baltimore Beauty in front. Late charge from Artspire. It's Artspire. Tight. between Artspire and Baltimore Beauty. They're off. Marco Beach and Hillbilly Kisses, those two are away the best as they make their way into the Allegheny turn for the first time this race. And now Hillbilly Kisses takes the front with Lucas Myers in the sulky. Marco Beach is in second. Lend a Hand Man is racing in third. Rocket Mac is in the fourth position. Leroy Gibbs races in fifth. Cirrus DeVee is in sixth. And the trailer, Winback Willie T, is there goes Marco Beach up on the far outside to take the lead and put that opening quarter mile on the board in 28 1/5 seconds. Marco Beach, the 3-5 favorite, and Archie Buford in front now from Hillbilly Kisses in the second position. Lend a Hand Man is back into third. And in fourth, we have Rocket Mac. Leroy Gibbs races in the fifth position. Cirrus DeVee is sixth. Winback Willie T is seventh and last as they are mostly single file passing the stands and passing the fans with 1 lap to go. The half mile, 57 4 for Marco Beach. Here comes Rocket Mac up on the outside now to take the third position as Hillbilly Kisses races in second into the Allegheny turn one more time. This race they go. Lend a Hand Man is in fourth. Leroy Gibbs is racing in fifth. Cirrus DeVee is sixth. Winback Willie T trails. Marco Beach is in front, but Rocket Mac has now taken the second position. Both Billy Carter and Archie Buford giving their mounts some right-handed urging. After three quarters, 1:26 4, a 29-second quarter past the comfort, and Marco Beach trying to repel the challenge, but Rocket Mac is putting him to the test around the far turn. It's Lend a Hand Man on the outside to take third. Inside is Hillbilly Kisses as they come to the top of the stretch. It's Marco Beach in front. Late charge from Rocket Mac, and on the far outside is Cirrus DeVee, but it's Marco Beach and Archie Buford to win it 155 flat. And they're off. Touch of Twang away the best. Drive to Deliver now into the second position as Touch of Twang takes them into the Allegheny turn in front. Prince of Royals now up into the second position. Back into fourth is Fanto Treasure. Then racing in the fifth position is Rocky Bomber. In sixth, Spiffy Senorita and Zet Express at the tail of the field as they make their way onto the backstretch, and Prince of Royals taking the front. The opening quarter went on the board in 29 3/5 of a second, but Touch of Twang is coming right back to the front. Touch of Twang retakes the lead midway around the Blue Ridge turn. Prince of Royals is in second, then Drive to Deliver racing in third. Fanto Treasure is fourth, followed by Rocky Bomber in fifth. Spiffy Senorita to the inside in sixth, and at the tail of the field is Zet Express. Passing the stands and the fans with 1 lap to go, Touch of Twang will show the way and put the half mile on the board 1 minute and 1/5 of a second. Prince of Royals is in second on the outside. In third is Drive to Deliver. Rocky Bomber is in fourth, now in fifth. And Fanto Treasure retakes the fourth position from Rocky Bomber. Then it's Zet Express now in the sixth position. The trailer, Spiffy Senorita. Touch of Twang down the back stretch. Archie Buford trying to get Prince of Royals to go, got the ears pricked. And here comes Drive to Deliver in third, 3 quarters. 1:30 flat, 29 4/4. They have passed the Comfort Inn with Touch of Twang, but here is Prince of Royals. Prince of Royals now up into the second position and coming to the top of the stretch. Touch of Twang on the inside, Drive to Deliver on the outside. Prince of Royals looking for some room, but here is Drive to Deliver. Late charge from Fanto Treasure. Drive to Deliver, another hat trick for Fern Paquette Jr. 2 minutes, 2/5. They're off and trotting from the outside. It's Creekside Pete and Stacy McClenahan away the best, but Gaelic Piper is coming up on the inside to challenge. So too is Littletown Road. So it's going to be Creekside Pete. There's Littletown Road going straight to the front from Creekside Pete, who's back into the second position. Gaelic Piper races in third. Claire's Caviar is in fourth. They are followed by Vulcan Hanover in the fifth position, saving ground there. Kenobi is in sixth. And at the tail of the field is TriStar Carmen as they went through an opening quarter mile of 28 and 1. Little Town Road and Fern Paquette. Fern is looking for another Grand Slam of 4 wins today. Creekside Pete is racing in the second position. Gaelic Piper is in third. They are followed by Claire's Caviar in fourth. Vulcan Hanover, the Shenandoah Downs Winner's Circle regular, is in fifth. TriStar Carmen racing at the tail of the field, and Kenobi is in sixth. The half mile was put on the board 58 and 3, 30 and 2 quarter as they enter 2 by 2 by 2 into the Allegheny turn for the final time this race. Little Town Road, the one to catch. Creekside Pete is in the second position. Now up into third is Claire's Caviar, and Vulcan Hanover is getting the go-ahead from Billy Carter. He is now in the fourth position as they make their way down the backstretch the final time this race. Little Town Road, the one to catch. 3 quarters on the board, 1 minute 28 and 1. Little Town Road will take them past the Comfort Inn in front. Creekside Pete now back into the second position. Claire's Caviar is in third. Vulcan Hanover is up into the fourth position, and Gaelic Piper is on the inside in fifth. Now making a move from last is TriStar Carmen. TriStar Carmen has Little Town Road to catch as they come to the top of the stretch. Creekside Pete is second. TriStar Carmen coming up with one final lunge. Here's the finish. It's tight between Little Town Road and Creekside Pete. They're off. From the inside, it's Mystical View, an Ideal Big Guy on the outside coming up to challenge, but Mystical View and Christian Myers will take the early lead. It's Only Rock and Roll A is racing in the second position. Ideal Big Guy settles into third. Ideal Tyson A is racing in fourth. There goes Bubba. There he goes in the fifth position. Awesome Times 2 is racing in sixth. They are followed by Do You Think in seventh, and the trailer is Leroy's Skippin' School, and that's the way it is through an opening quarter of 28 and 1/5 seconds. Mystical View, the 8 to 5 choice, continuing to show the way from its Only Rock and Roll A in the second position. Ideal Big Guy is in third. Ideal Tyson A is in fourth. There goes Bubba is racing in fifth. Awesome Times 2 is sixth, followed by Do You Think in seventh, and Leroy's Skippin' School skipping at the tail of the field as they are mostly single file, passing the stands and passing the fans with 1 lap to go. Mystical View puts the half mile on the board in 57 and 2/5 seconds. Here's Ideal Big Guy up on the outside now to take the second position, but it's Only Rock and Roll A is going to reclaim second as they are midway around the Allegheny turn. There goes Bubba, races in fourth. They are followed as they make their way onto the back stretch in the fifth position by Ideal Tyson A, who gets some right-handed urging from Tim Deaton. Then it's Awesome Times 2, Do You Think, and Leroy's Skippin' School as they pass 3 quarters, 1:26 and 2. 29-second quarter as they pass the Comfort Inn. Mystical View, the one to catch. It's Only Rock and Roll A is in second. Ideal Big Guy is third. There goes Bubba. There goes Bubba is up into the fourth position. Bryson Dunning giving There Goes Bubba some right-handed urging. He'll have to catch Mystical View, and Mystical View going to show them wire to wire with Christian Myers aboard. It's Only Rock and Roll A got up second, then came There Goes Bubba and Ideal Big Guy. They're off. It was a good clean start, and speaking of coffee, is going to take advantage of that coffee jolt and go straight to the front from Franco Totemen, who is back into the second position. American Sombrero is in third. Then racing in fourth. Now third is Baltimore Jack N. The tail of the field is Filthy McNasty. The Myers brothers are the bookends. Lucas and Speaking of Coffee in front. Christian and Filthy McNasty trailing. The opening quarter was on the board in an even 28 and 4/5 of a second. Speaking of Coffee and Lucas Myers, the 3 to 5 favorites continue to show the way over Franco Totemen. In the second position, Baltimore Jack N is in third. American Sombrero is in fourth. Filthy McNasty can see them all. Speaking of Coffee, in front by 5 with 1 circuit to go. She will put that half on the board, 58, flat. Franco Totemen is racing in the second position. Baltimore Jackin is in third, American Sombreros fourth. Filthy McNasty is the trailer, pretty much unchanged as they are about to exit the Allegheny turn for the final time this race. And speaking of coffee, is the one to catch. Speaking of coffee, in front, Franco Totemen is second. Here comes American Sombrero up into the third position. Baltimore Jackin tiring in fourth. Past three quarters, 1:26 flat. 28 second quarters, they pass the comfort in. Filthy McNasty get some right-handed urging at the tail of the field from Christian Myers. Speaking of coffee, no stranger to the winner's circle at Shenandoah Downs. She has given him the slip. Speaking of coffee, we'll spin them in front. Franco Totemen going to be second best. Speaking of coffee, to win it. Franco Totemen was second, then came Baltimore Jack. They're off. For the lead, it's Turn and Dance on the outside, but Caviar Rachel and Christian Myers are going to go right to the front in the early stages. Hurricane King Carlo is up into the second position and looking to take the lead. Dancing Machine is in third as Hurricane King Carlo goes right to the front. Turn and Dance steadies back into the fourth position. Pacific Stride is in fifth. Indigenous Hanover is racing in sixth, and not a bad game is at the tail of the field as Hurricane King Carlo will put an opening quarter mile on the board in 28 3/5 of a second. Hurricane King Carlo leads around the bend in front from Caviar Rachel in second. Dancing Machine is in third. Turn and Dance is in fourth. They are followed in fifth by Indigenous Hanover, or rather Pacific Stride. Indigenous Hanover is in sixth. At the tail of the field is going to be Not a Bad Game. One circuit to go, the half on the board, 59-1. Dancing Machine and Lucas Myers have now taken up in the second position to challenge Hurricane King Carlo for the front as they head into the Allegheny turn for the final time this race. On the inside, Caviar Rachel now moves up into second from Dancing Machine in third, getting some right-handed urging from Lucas. Turn and Dance is in fourth. Indigenous Hanover is up into the fifth position as they make their way past three quarters, 1:28-1. They pass the comfort in. Not a Bad Game is beginning to make a move from last. Hurricane King Carlo, the one to catch. Caviar Rachel is up into the second position. Dancing Machine is in third. Here's Not a Bad Game coming up on the far outside as they come to the top of the stretch. He still has to catch Hurricane King Carlo, who spins him in front. Late charge from Caviar Rachel and Dancing Machine. Coming down to the finish, Hurricane King Carlo. Archie Buford has made landfall. They're off. Beach Chillin' and Tim Deaton get away the best, but Captain Coondog is up on the outside to challenge. And steadying there, going off stride rather, is Always Be Mike. Always Be Mike was on a break just as the field entered the Allegheny turn and is trailing early on. Southwind Rodan is in the third position. Hannah's Beach Boy is in fourth. They are followed by Abecadary in the fifth position. Silver's Last Hope is sixth, and just absolutely walking at the tail of the field is Always Be Mike. They put that opening quarter on the board, 28-2. The 35-1 long shot, Beach Chillin', the one to catch. Captain Coondog in a good stalking second with Archie Buford in the sulky, looking for his fourth win on the afternoon. Then racing in the third position, Southwind Rodan. Hannah's Beach Boy is in fourth. Abecadary is in fifth. Racing in sixth is Silver's Last Hope. And just passing the comfort in now is Always Be Mike. The half mile is on the board in 58 4/5 of a second. It's Beach Chillin' in front. Captain Coondog is in second. Racing in third now, coming up on the far outside, is Hannah's Beach Boy. They make their way onto the back stretch, and Always Be Mike has been pulled up and eased out of the race. As they pass three quarters, 1 minute 28 3, Beach Chillin', the one to catch. Captain Coondog in the second position. Hannah's Beach Boy is in third. Now up into the second position now is Hannah's Beach Boy. And there goes Hannah's Beach Boy. Hannah's Beach Boy coming up on the far outside to take the lead from Beach Chillin' as they come to the top of the stretch. Hannah's Beach Boy, Beach Chillin', Captain Coondog coming up on the far outside. Lucas Myers wraps it up with a driving double, and Hannah's Beach Boy has won it in 1:58 and 1.